Yo, so I have some things that I took the time to learn in Marathon, and I want to share with you all so you all don't suffer the same fate that I suffered, especially as I was trying to get my feet wet and really learn the game. And I believe by the end of this video, you all will be well equipped to take on Tau Ceti 4 with no issues whatsoever. The first lesson I learned, and I learned this right away, is that you have to understand the gameplay loop first, or else you won't enjoy what the heck is going on. Or you may enjoy it, but still end up being confused. So to simplify the overall gameplay loop, you load in, you're going to work on a contract, you're going to PvE a bit, but while you PvE, expect 1 to 2 PvP engagements depending upon what map you spawned in on. If you're on Perimeter, you're probably just going to have 1 PvP engagement as of right now. If you're on Dire Marsh, expect 2 quality PvP engagements, but there's a chance it could be lesser than that. But there's a chance it could only be 1. After you complete that contract and whatever sub-objective that you sought out to complete, go ahead, shoot to an exfil unless you just want to fool around on the map, submit that contract you were able to complete, work on increasing your reputation with each respective faction, because in doing so, you're going to unlock more priority contracts, you're going to unlock upgrade tree nodes that you can start to really spec into, which will make your overall experience much better because you'll have the chance to improve your overall heat capacity, improve your heat cooldown. You can gain the ability to purchase certain weapons, certain consumables, so on and so forth. And then from there, you rinse and repeat. Find your next contract and or sub-objective. And by the way, that sub-objective could be you looking for certain items so you can barter them to trade and acquire certain items from each respective vendor. It could be you looking for certain items so that you can submit them into your upgrade tree nodes to unlock some of those benefits. Whatever the case may be, make sure you lock in on what you want to do and what you need to do, and then send it. Now, the second lesson that I learned that kind of is piggybacking off of what I was just talking about, and this is that completing priority contracts or just contracts in general, they are your engine, because when you complete them, you get reputation. The more reputation you get, you can increase that respective faction rank. When you increase the faction rank, it unlocks more upgrade nodes in each respective faction tree that you can start to work towards and acquire. Some of those nodes may require just credits, some may require credits along with a specific item, and some of those nodes are upgradable. So there are certain nodes that may have 3 tiers or 5 tiers that you can upgrade to continue stacking the benefits. As I mentioned a bit earlier, there is a certain node tree for Cyber Acme that fully specs into your overall heat. So you can increase your heat capacity, you can increase your, decrease your overheat time. So your overheat meter comes down faster. You can spec into making sure that your slides don't generate as much heat. You can do all that stuff, but you cannot do that stuff if you are not working on upgrading your reputation with that respective faction. So let's make sure we knock out those priority contracts and we knock out those standard contracts to still give us some reputation with that faction, even if we've completed all the priority contracts to date. So with that being said, it's going to be your job to pick what you want to work on and start working towards that particular contract and or objective. The third lesson I learned, well, it wasn't one specific thing, but it forced me to mentally create a list of gunfight rules that will put me in the best position to stay alive. The first rule is to treat AI like actual enemy players, because in this game, AI and enemy players can be a bit synonymous. You could be shooting at the AI at one point in time, and out of nowhere, the enemy player weaves into it, and now you are in a PvP engagement. So if you approach the AI like you are already in a PvP engagement, you should not get caught off guard by an actual player popping up in front of you. Besides, the AI is pretty smart. They'll flank you, they'll push you, they'll do all those things, so you should be on your toes already. The second rule is to not overcommit or overextend. Every time I have overextended in this game, I got put down, and a lot of times it was not due to the player. I may have been in a PvP engagement, but guess what? Some UESC soldiers spawned in and they flanked me and they laced me up the moment I left cover, and I overextended trying to get a thirst or trying to get the knock on the opposition. So you should always play cover, and you should always play with an exit route in mind. The third rule is piggybacking off of that a little bit. It's to have healing discipline. And what I mean by that is if you're just running around wandering aimlessly, you're going to burn through a lot of heals because you're going to get seen by other enemy players and you're going to get seen by the UESC. Especially if you are at the beginning of a raid, you will get laced up and you will burn through your heals really, really quick. And let me tell you something, you don't get a lot of heals to drop on the map, at least without putting in a lot of work. So if you came in with only 6 shield rechargers and you burn through 3 or 4 of them before you even get into your first PvP engagement, man, you might be SOL. Now, some of the AI might drop depleted shield rechargers, but man, those heal so slow, you're still going to be at a massive disadvantage. And the same thing comes with your ammunition. If you go in trying to mow down everything, you will run out of ammunition really quick no matter how much you bring in. Rule number 4, understand that third partying is pretty much always going to happen in this game, but it does not always happen with other enemy players. Now, an enemy team can roll up while you're fighting AI, or the inverse can happen. You could be fighting an enemy team and the AI rolls up. So as I mentioned in one of my initial rules, you got to keep your head on a swivel. On the flip side, if you are the third party or you are expecting to be the third party, watch AI enemy behavior. If you see AI enemies flanking and running around, understand that the enemy opposition might be there or other players might be there, and you need to prepare to throw hands with actual other players and the enemy AI. Fights ain't too fair in this game, man. They ain't too fair. And my 5th and final rule is you need to loot later. Now, for loot goblins like myself, this rule really hits home, but there have been times where I was inside a box and I got laced up, and not even by an enemy player. I would get laced up by the UESC. Me and the homies might wipe an enemy team and we're trying to get the spoils of war, but we left AI around, and guess what? A commander grenadier pulls up on me and hits me with nades, and now I'm knocked. I'm like, bro, what's going on? Then another UESC soldier pulls up and shoots his tentacles and tries to suck out my consciousness. I'm like, bro, what's going on? Make sure the area is clear. I mean, crystal clear before you jump into those boxes. Unless you are in dire need of ammunition or heals, then jump in real quick, see what you can find. But for all the large, hefty items, the mods, the cores that you want to sift through, leave those be until the area is clear. And again, that goes for the AI and that goes for the actual other enemy players, because the other enemy players will put you down as well. And just when you think you're safe in their teammate's box, and just when you think you're safe in their respective teammate's bag, you aren't. They're going to flank and they're going to put you down, and now you are out of here. Now, slightly segueing off of some of those like gunfight rules, I want to talk about some quick mistakes that you just have to avoid. Fighting too long. That is one mistake that will get you all put down. Again, maybe by another enemy team or maybe by the enemy AI. But when you draw out fights, you lose ammunition, you lose heals. You have to know when to disengage and fight another day. Don't make the mistake of being a loot goblin mid-fight. Kind of like I mentioned earlier in one of my rules. Leave those bags alone until the fight is over, unless you are in dire need of heals or ammunition. Outside of that, leave it alone, because once you get in that bag, I'm telling you, something bad is going to happen. It is almost inevitable. So don't do it. Let's make sure we aren't splitting from our team without a plan, because when you do that and you don't communicate the split, guess what? When you run into an enemy team, you're going to get put in an unnecessary 1v3 situation and leave your team in an unnecessary 2v3 situation, or you're going to get swarmed by UESC soldiers. They're going to knock you and they're going to fully eliminate you, and now you have handicapped your team. Your team has no idea what you are doing over there, and they are 500 meters away from you. Like, at that point, it's done. The raid is over. And lastly, let's not make the mistake of not having a disengagement route. No matter if you're fighting the AI or if you're fighting other actual enemy players, you should always have a route that you can escape to and be able to live to fight another day. If you don't have that escape route, then you are just gambling. In some cases, the gamble might pay off, but more times than not, it will not pay off, and you'll smack yourself in the forehead like, bruh, why did I take that fight? Why did I do that, man? And you'll walk away with absolutely nothing. Now, another lesson that I learned is how to not be overwhelmed by the out of raid UI, at least for the most part. Now, I created this framework here that helps you stay focused and not get overwhelmed by all the other noise that is on the screen. I would follow a simple 3-step checklist to keep you focused. The first thing is going to be to set an objective. This is where you ask yourself, what am I doing this raid? Am I doing a contract? Am I trying to find some random items on the map so that I can spec into my upgrade tree? What am I doing? So go ahead and confirm those things. After doing that, build your loadout, and make sure you build your loadout around the objective. If you're going in just to do a loot run or just to get this certain material, you probably don't need to go in with your best PvP gear. You know what I'm saying? Unless the items you're trying to acquire are that rare, and once you get them, you need to defend yourself with everything you have in your arsenal. Probably should just have a solid budget kit that you know you can get in, maybe win a gunfight or two with, and get out. And then the third thing on the checklist is to set a win condition. This win condition is what success looks like, and that could be anything. Your win condition could be, I completed the contract and I found the materials I need in order to upgrade the specific part on my faction upgrade tree. I'm good, let's get out of here. Or it could be, man, I really want to fight. Let's complete the contract and then let's go looking for fights. And once you get your fix of fights, whether if that's 1 fight, 2 fight, if you find a way to get 3 fights in and you win them all, then go ahead, get the spoils of war and get the heck out of there. By setting that win condition, you are setting what your success metrics are, and it's much easier to get enjoyment out of the game as a byproduct. But not only that, it's much easier for you to streamline that UI navigation. You will still have hiccups, like I have hiccups trying to find contracts. I'm clicking in the armory and then my vault on accident. I'm like, man, where the contracts at? And then I'm like, oh yeah, let me go to the factions, and I click on the factions and it takes me to the upgrade tree, and I get sidetracked going through the upgrade tree. And I'm like, oh wait, I need to go see the contracts. So then I go over to the left side of the window, click on contracts. Full transparency, it's a lot, and I hope Bungie finds a way to streamline it a bit. But in following this 3-step checklist, it will help you streamline that focus a bit. And hopefully the byproduct is it's not as overwhelming. And folks, with this all being said, I'll close on this. I've enjoyed my time with the Server Slam so far, and there's still a lot yet I have to learn. And as I learn these things, I will share them with you all so we can all improve and get better together. I hope you all are enjoying as well. If you all have any lessons you have personally learned, drop them in the comments below so we can help one another get better. And until next time, your boy Cray is signing out. I love you all. Thank you all so much for coming and watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.